Hey guys, Jarek and Muki here, going to be doing some Smash 4, yes Smash 4, not Project M. Been a while since I played this game. The reason we were playing this game is because we were actually up at a monster truck show in the Tacoma Dome. So while we're waiting for the show to actual start, might as well just play some Smash, got nothing better to do.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting because like you hadn't updated your DS in a while, and you were like, "Damn it!" So I just kind of tethered my Wi-Fi from my phone, and we totally updated and played, and it was kind of glorious. They made some changes to Ike apparently.
Yes, they did this a long while ago. Ike's forward air has been drastically increased in speed. It comes out like instantly, and honestly, I'm not really a big fan of this. I have his timing down for it to be slower, and it almost feels like the duration is longer when it's slower and it's easier to hit. I'm probably alone with this, but I've just gotten so used to it, it's hard for me to adjust.
All I know is Link because Link mastery.
Yeah, it's pretty funny because I was... At this point, I was basically sandbagging. Like, I was going back and forth between characters. The way it started is that I started playing as Ike. Won a game, lost a game, won a game, lost a few games. Kind of going back and forth. Not really having much luck with Ike because Ike is not really that great of a character. Then I switched to Marth and that didn't last.
I noticed as soon as you switched to Marth, I was getting a lot more frustrated.
Martha's... I know how to use Marth. Martha's always been my main. And despite the fact that I'm pretty good with Ike in Project M, that does not carry to Smash 4 in any way whatsoever.
Smash 4 is such a different experience from Project M. After having played Project M and going back to Smash 4, I
really don't want to.
It's slow.
It's
just
slow, it's floaty, there's no movement options. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm shitting all over Smash 4. Oh, we had to stop here for a moment. Like I said, we were playing this at the Monster Truck Show in Tacoma Dome, and someone was needing to get to their seats, so we stopped for a moment. So, that was why the brief halt. But yeah, you know, I don't want to sound like that melee elitist, and for some reason, every time you express any form of discontent with Smash 4, someone calls you an elitist, which is really stupid. I'm sorry my opinion doesn't match up with yours, and I'm not riding on the hype train. But I like Melee and I like Project M. Those are my types of games.
Ooh.
That was me trying to go for the Ganon side.
Ooh, yes.
I would have gotten it too.
I don't think it really mattered too much anyway because I died here. So, same result. But, yeah, having played Project M, there's so many more tricks and so much...
It's so much more of an aggressive game.
It's got a huge learning curve to it because you're watching it and it just looks like Smash gameplay, but when you're trying to play it, you realize that the other person somehow managed to get up from a fall faster than you did, or they somehow managed to move across a level in a way that was faster than what you would expect because they're using all of these little tricks that you don't
jump
really...
into that Warlock Punch.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that. Oh, by the way, Link's hook shot, what is it? His hook shot recovery feels like it's got a lot more range in Smash 4 than it does in Project M. Like, it's ridiculously
They
good.
actually nerfed grappling hooks in Project M because they nerfed recoveries pretty much all the way around, with the exception of characters like, say, Marth, characters who really didn't need nerfs.
Right.
To try to make people... Because some characters were so good at recovering Mewtwo that you had no reason to even bother edgeguarding them. So they wanted to nerf it so that you could really benefit and play that aggressive playstyle that Melee is known for.
I'm guessing Mewtwo was one of those characters where you just had to freaking, like, get him off to the edge of the level. As opposed to get him...
If he didn't get into a blast zone, he was coming back.
Ridiculous.
It's really hard to predict where his teleport was going, and if you missed, that teleport was going to hit you because he could act out of it. So... yeah, they nerfed things like that, and they also nerfed tethers in general, so that has been changed. But we're not talking about that, we're talking about Smash 4.
Yes.
It is... well, I mean, it's slow. It's slower. Shields are made of, like, concrete. They can last for years unless you use certain moves on them.
I feel like I don't get punished.
Rolling is, like, almost not punishable.
I don't get punished at all when I roll in Smash 4, and I feel like I should be, because if it's one thing I learned from playing Project M is if you shield, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage in certain situations. And in this game, I don't feel like there's...
Shield break. I don't know why you were sitting there...
That made me so mad.
You never try to shield some of Ganon's moves. You don't shield his turn on Warlock Punch. You don't shield his up air. Not up air. You don't shield his up tilt. There's a few exceptions of things you don't shield in this game that I actually like say Marth's Shield Breaker is much better in this game than it was in both Project M and Melee. Because you don't have to charge it all the way to actually break their shields. So, there are some things in Smash 4 that I do like better, but for the most part, it's too slow. It's not the moveset that necessarily annoys me as much as your movement options.
I think Link's moveset in Smash 4, in some ways, feels better. Like, I don't know how to describe it. I like the fact that...
He definitely got a buff, but I think it's just the fact that pretty much characters all the way around are more balanced in Smash 4. Like, there's nothing blatantly... There's no character that blatantly runs away like a Fox in Melee or a Meta Knight in Brawl.
Yeah.
So, I know a lot of people are complaining about Diddy Kong, and it might be true, but it's nowhere near as bad as previous Smash games. Because if there's one thing people don't try to argue, as amazing as Smash is, as amazing as Melee is, they don't try to argue it's a balanced game. It's not. It very clearly is not. I don't know why you just went in my Warlock Punch again.
I kind of, after that shield break, I just kind of gave up.
When you get so flustered, you're just like, I don't give a shit about this game. Ganon's still really ugly, by the way.
That stupid face. I can't. I just can't.
But yes, we did play it for a little bit. This is the only game I actually recorded of it. You'll be going back to seeing Project M, which in my opinion is just more fun to watch. I could have saved other games, but I didn't want to upload too much Smash 4. I don't want to watch Smash 4. Like, Melee, even if you're not into it, is a really, really good spectator sport.
It's really fast-paced and kind of exciting to watch.
It exchanges back and forth constantly, whereas Smash 4 is more or less kind of like Brawl in a way where you dance around for a little bit, the best you can. Someone hits someone else away, you might get a small combo, and then it goes back into neutral and no one has the advantage anymore, whereas Melee and Project M is combos for days. Yes. And even Smash 64 is known for 0 to deaths.
Yeah, which is crazy. Like, this game, honestly, I can't get combos in this game. Like, Link's little, up tilt combo, just up tilt, up tilt, up tilt when they're at a low percentage, it does not work in this game at all.
It does, but it depends on character. Like, with Ganon, you can easily do that. He's heavy.
I guess I just missed it.
It's just that if you try it with Ganon, it's really risky to... It's risky to go anywhere near Ganon. You go above him, he'll either kick you or down air you.
Yeah.
You go behind him, he back airs you. You go in front of him, he punches you in the face.
I try to not get hit by Ganon, and whenever I do, it just doesn't work out.
Don't get hit. That's as simple as it is. Well, Ganondorf, you really have to get him into hit stun. You cannot trade with him. It is a terrible situation to try to trade with Ganondorf. It will not end in your favor. Anyway, I'm ranting for days. There's been some Smash 4 for those of you that have been wanting to see it. For everyone else that has been wanting to see Project M, that will be coming whenever I decide to play it again. So for now, enjoy some Smash 4.